Hi guys, welcome back to the 401 Files. Welcome as well to all the new subscribers here on the channel. I really do appreciate the support. My name is Ben, and for anyone that's wondering what this channel's about, I get out here in the UK to some of these known hotspots for UFO sightings, extraterrestrials, cryptids, and even the paranormal. Now, the last video that I posted, you guys seemed to really like. A lot of you have commented asking me to go back there. And if you remember during that video, I said that I would be coming back, but it's probably best if I bring someone along with me. Today, I've got my brother with me. We're going to try out a few new things with the EMF reader because there was a few comments where people speculated that the EMF could have been triggered via my phone. So we're going to try and eliminate that in today's video. We're going to stay till nightfall and see what we can come up with. So we're just venturing away from camp now. We've got quite a bit of time left before nightfall comes. And so we're just going to venture off. My brother's just pointed something out actually that was quite interesting. There was a definite indentation of some kind. It might just be pareidolia. But again, as we always say, it's worth just noting these things. And like I said, my brother did spot that. And as soon as he mentioned it, I saw it as well myself. I will put a picture on of some kind of print. It just looked like a bare footprint. Quite big. There was definitely a heel mark there. I mean, I'm saying definitely, it could be like pareidolia as I've mentioned, but again, worth noting. Right guys, so we've just done a really quick test, and this is something worth noting because it is quite important. A lot of you on the last video was talking about how it may have been my mobile device triggering the EMF to spark. So we've just done a quick test where we do it with airplane mode on and off. And sure enough, if airplane mode is left off, you can see by my brother's phone here, it will trigger the device. Now, I am quite confident that the results I was getting on the last video was not down to this due to the phone being a relative distance away from me. However, that is worth noting for you guys watching. And the thing we've just found is if we turn airplane mode on, it will not trigger the device. And the reason this is worth noting is that when it comes later on tonight and we start asking questions, we will have the airplane mode turned on, and therefore anything that does trigger this will not be down to the mobile phones. Now, I understand that there will be a few people watching this who say, well, actually, Ben, you could just be saying that you're going to turn off the airplane mode and not actually do it. So to eliminate that, what we're going to do is we're going to stick the EMF reader in this clamp that's attached to the tripod. I'll then move the tripod off into this clearing that you'll see in a minute, and you will understand and see for yourself that there is no electrical disturbances whatsoever around the EMF reader. Therefore, if it does spike or go off at any point during our questions, there'll be no real explanation as to why that should happen.
I've bought Paul Sinclair's books.
Yeah.
And I've read into them. And you read some stories and you think that they are far-fetched. But then, when you're in places like this, and you picture them stories, the words, I can envision it.
Well, that's what me and Paul were saying. When I spoke to Paul, we were saying about this. Like, I do it. Like, I come here and I think, oh, well, these stories can't be that real. Do you know what I mean? There must have been misidentification, or what was that? Did you hear that?
No.
Anyway, right, so I was just saying, like, yeah, you think that some of these people must be like victims of misidentification, or they've got it wrong because they don't spend much time out in the woods and stuff. But then
Yeah.
you come here, like I'm in the woods, mate. You know, I've spent pretty much all my life
Yeah.
in the outdoors.
You're used to it.
I mean, I've been in cubs from a young kid. I joined the army. I've been wild camping. I've spent so much time in the outdoors. And even now, when I come here, there's new things that I hear that I can't explain.
Yeah.
I've heard badgers, I've heard hedgehogs fighting, I've heard vixens crying, I've heard all the different noises that the forest has to offer. But even now, after all these years of being in these environments,
And the people that I've told Paul these stories, right, they've probably been sitting on these stories for many years
yeah,
in fear of ridicule, because who would believe it? I can imagine something amongst this,
Yeah.
this vastness.
yeah, I can.
And I said to you earlier upon that, when we were looking onto that ridge, that is a prime spot where if you just stop to look, you would envision something walking past,
Yeah,
using that water source to get its drink.
yeah.
And I know people listen to this think, oh yeah, well, you're out looking for it, of course you're going to say that.
But it's
I don't come out here looking for it. I'm just here today, just
yeah,
so
and,
it's
fact,
come down.
and you said to me earlier, you said, do you think that because you come here expecting to see or hear these things, that you're actually thinking it into existence? But I said to you, no, I don't come here and it happens. I come here because it's already happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I'm coming here and thinking, oh, I wonder if there's a Bigfoot, I wonder if there's a UFO, and then lo and behold, I've thought that into existence, it happens. That's not the case. What's happening is people are already reporting these things, and then I'm coming because I'm interested.
Yeah.
And I've got to add as well, while we're talking, right, is that you are more sceptical than me. This is something that
I'm full on paranormal,
Yeah.
only because I've witnessed things with paranormal.
Yeah.
Except from the UFO side of it, I've grown into that, and I've been more convinced with what we've seen at Flambred.
Yeah.
And I've always said from going to Flambred, I get a feeling there of unease.
Yeah.
And that was before we even seen anything.
And to be honest, we went there, didn't we, thinking we was about to leave. We didn't think we was going to see anything.
No.
So yeah.
We stood there, weren't we? It was raining, cold.
Yeah.
And we said, let's head back.
What's the chances of people believing that?
Nobody.
Zero. I won't believe
Would you?
that. No.
I wouldn't.
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
won't believe us. And it goes back to what we said before. One, it was dark. You wouldn't capture what we seen.
No.
Only us can tell people what we've seen.
Yeah.
Whether you want to believe us or not, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But
There's no cameras that would have been able to handle those low. I mean, on that edge of the coastline there, I mean, do you know what I mean? You're facing out to the North Sea. It's pitch black up there. No, you'd have to have the best camera in the world for those low light conditions.
and I'm not being funny.
even-
You're using an iPhone
Yeah.
to film. You're doing a closing scene.
Yeah.
I see something over your shoulder. You wouldn't pick it up. It was just a dark sky.
Yeah. But it was definitely there.
It was definitely there.
It was definitely 100%.
It was definitely there. And I'm convinced more than ever that was not man-made. Do you think it could be worth going back at night?
No.
Would you do it?
No. No, I was lucky to get away. And the one thing I definitely...
Do you think it would have been different though if you went at night? Because that was the original plan, wasn't it? Or not?
What do you mean? No, we did go in. Oh, well, we
No,
went
like
at
down,
dusk. And I reckon if we'd have not got caught, we would have been running around in the dark. Yeah, I reckon we would have gone there.
But do you think you would have been caught?
What?
Do you think you would have been caught?
At night?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm glad that I got caught when I did, because getting caught there at night, when there could be dogs and stuff, would have been a lot worse.
Do you know your adrenaline was cold?
Oh my God. Well, the first thing I thought was, obviously you see on the video, me and Junior split off. And the first thing I remember thinking was, where's he going? Like, he's totally gone the wrong way, right? But the thing is, it was me that gone the wrong way, because when you turn around, after running around for so long through different bunkers and whatever else, you get disorientated. So I'm thinking in my head.
I would have had money on it. Junior would have been caught first.
Well, that's what I was thinking, right? Honestly, do you know when you're just so adamant? I turned around and I thought, where is he going? He's totally going the wrong way here. So I didn't follow Junior. I completely went my way, thinking that I was right. And I just hit this wall of like massive nettles and a fence with barbed wire on, and there was nowhere to go. It was a dead end. And I just thought, oh my God, like, I'm gonna have to dive in this bush. So I dived in the bush, and I'm lied there, and I can hear them screeching up, like slamming the brakes on. I heard them all jump onto the roofs of the vehicles. They're shouting, "He's over here! He's over."
Did they see you?
Well,
Or was it just to see if you came out?
Well, no, they didn't see me at that point.
So why don't you just stay put?
Well, this is the thing. So as I'm lied there, I started thinking, shit, I've just ran through waist deep vegetation that's not been touched for years. So now there's a trail leading to exactly where I'm laid.
Yeah.
All they're going to do is just be like, he's gone through this way.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I had to get up and try at least to get out. And as soon as I stepped up, I mean, them nettles were about here, weren't they? You saw it. And the fence with barbed wire, I tried to get over it. It was just falling back on me. It was rusty and old. I thought, I'm not going to get over that without making a noise anyway. And the minute I turned around, I saw that they were all stood on top of vehicles, having a clear view of over it, so they'd see me pretty much anywhere. And I think as well what led to me coming out was the vegetation thing, running through that and creating a pathway, but mainly because I thought I heard one of them say, get the dogs. And at that point I was like, no, I'm not lying around to be savage. But it was a scary experience.
It was a really good video.
Scary one.
It was unique.
Yeah, it was.
It took some balls to do that, to be fair.
It's like you said.
What was you expecting to find, though? Was it just like an adventure?
I wasn't expecting to find anything. I just wanted to go through the hangars and say that I've been there. Do you know what I mean? For me, I've been a massive fan of like the Rendlesham case forever. So just to say I've been in them bunkers at all would have been enough.
Yeah.
Just to get, what I should have done was get pictures. Looking back now, I regret that we never
Again, it's like everything, isn't it, when you're there?
We never got no photos. I suppose I could take stills from the video, but it's not the same. But as well, I half expected for no one to be there. Like, I'm running around thinking we won't get caught here. What's that? Did you hear that? What was that running through?
I don't know.
It sounded heavy, that.
This is the problem here.
Shh. That sounded heavy. I heard them.
It's just like an eerie feeling. So every little sound.
Yeah.
You're on edge.
Yeah, but you heard that thumping on the ground.
Yeah, I stopped at the same time as you. I mean, it could be deer, couldn't it? It's getting dark now as well.
I wonder if the camera picked that up.
Have a look.
I'll lock it in. Okay, so this is the setup. We're inside the shelter now. We've got some candles lit, and just off in front of us is the EMF reader on the tripod. I'll flip the camera on in a minute so you guys can see that it is a decent distance away from the shelter. There is nothing out there now, and both our phones are on airplane mode. So if this thing does go off, I'll have no explanation as to why that is, as I'm sure you'll agree. I'll turn the camera on now, give you a look at where the tripod is with the EMF reader, and then we'll start asking questions. So that's the EMF reader there on the tripod. You can see, I mean, it's all this way back. There's no, and our phones are on airplane mode as well, so.
Wait there, just to show as well.
Yeah, mine's exactly the same as well. Right. If there's anybody in these woods right now that wishes to communicate or make your presence known, please step close to the device on the tripod. If there's anything, any entity, being that can come from a different dimension or can hear my voice right now in these woods, please step close to the device in front of me on the tripod. If that thing went up now, it'd be frequently.
Yeah. Part of me doesn't want it to go. I do and I don't.
If there's anything present with me here in these woods, that wishes to communicate, can hear my voice, then please step close to the device on the tripod in front of me. If you can make the LED lights move up.
Just because it doesn't move doesn't mean that there's
Well, that's what I'm
nothing
saying.
here.
That's what I'm saying. You might try it 100 times and get 2 responses. It just depends on it. I mean, we don't know how these things work to start with, but I guess what this does show is that we are all about just faking things, and do you know what I mean? We want to try and disprove these things.
People that fake things on YouTube, I have no time for.
Exactly.
It doesn't help people like you that put time and effort in to debunking this kind of stuff and discovering this stuff.
Yeah.
This paranormal activity.
Something has been seen in these woods.
Did it?
It
Did
flickered.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
It did it. I don't think your phone's going to pick it up from there. It did it though.
Well, I can see the green light. I just want looking.
It did it. There.
I missed it again. If something has been seen in these woods, if that something is you, or you're able to walk close to the device out in front of me that has a green light on there, please do that now. If you could make the device flicker. There's a green light, a green LED light just off in front of me. Step close to that light and it will change colour. I think it's reacting better when you ask. You ask something.
If there is anything present today with us, please walk to the green light and touch it. Just walk to the green light. If you want to communicate, touch the green light. If you want to blow a candle out, you can blow a candle out.
I'd move the camera to the candle in case I miss something on the EMF.
You'll know if it goes out.
We should maybe put the shot so we can get both of that in together.
I don't think you can see that second light light up when it does. It's been flickering, mate.
I think the problem we're going to have now is because it is so far out in the woods.
You don't see the second light light up, mate.
No, not that. Is that people will think we've got some kind of device behind it now because it's dark and they can't see. They can just see the green light. So I think people will think, where's that light coming from? That looks eerie, doesn't it? Is that the candles?
Yeah. Please interact with the green light or the candles. Did it again. Please interact with the green light or the candles.
So we've been asking questions now for the last half an hour possibly, and we had a few flickers on the EMF reader, but again, as my brother's already mentioned, there could be so many variables as to what makes this work. It could be that whatever this thing is, or whatever this entity, spirit, being, whatever it may be,
If at all.
yeah, is interacting with this device. It could be that it only comes through the night or through this area at certain times. That's one variable. But I think we've done a really good job at making this as fair as possible scientifically by moving everything away from it completely. And like I said, there has been a few flicks, which again could be, I don't know what that could be, but it could be.
It's just inconclusive, we just don't know.
Yeah. So to be continued, guys. We will come back, or I'll come back, whatever the case may be, and try this again. But that's what it's all about here on the channel, is just trying to make sense of some of these strange things that do happen. Hopefully you've all enjoyed this video so far. If you have, then please do give this one a thumbs up. Drop down in the comments box below. And until next time, guys, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.